You will see this Saturday morning. It is Friday evening, though. A friend of mine, Rob's Homemade Life, we've been talking. We have both been experiencing the same decline in YouTube revenue, YouTube income. And we were kind of brainstorming about how to basically attract more views. And I have this video that I told Rob, I have a really old video. It was a poorly done video, and it was my generator video. And poorly done, not only that, but I added a muffler to a generator. And I won't go through the whole thing, but I didn't start it. And there's a long story of why I didn't start it. Well, I actually did, but I didn't add that video. And I had to go to work. I did that video years ago when I was long haul trucker. And I had to go to work, so I wouldn't be back for 2 or 3 weeks. And I decided to go ahead and upload the video, not knowing that it would get a couple of million views and how mad people would be. And I don't blame them. But believe me, I only expected it to get, the couple of hundred that I usually get. And when I came back, those couple of hundred who are normally the people that watch all my videos and I consider part of my digital family, I would start it up and show them the difference. But I had to go to work, and when I came back, anyway, I had already uploaded the video. And for years, I wish to God I had started that stupid generator. I don't even have it anymore. As a matter of fact, Bev has it in her shed. It's her backup to her backup. So I did this quiet generator shed. My quiet generator shed. Basically, it's a 3-part video, which, again, if I could have do this all over again, it would have been a 1-part. But here we are. So anyway, Rob and I was telling Rob that of all the videos, this worked exactly like I wanted it to. It made an enormous difference on how loud, or actually it made it very quiet. Quieter than Bev's very expensive whole house generator. Mine is quieter than hers. And hers is like a Generac, professionally installed. And mine is just a shed that I put a generator in. Well, anyway, it made a huge difference in the volume. But for some reason, I cannot seem to get views on this. And it's a way better video than the generator I did a long time ago that got a couple of million views that I wish to God I had done a better job of, if I had only known. Now here, this video is me thinking all along that this video will get a lot of views because of my last generator video, and this actually works much better, and I did a better job of videoing it. I kept my chit-chat down. So anyway, I told him that there's this thing called hashtags. I didn't understand it, and we were both trying to figure out how people are doing it all the time now. Does it really help? So I did a little reading, and oh golly, it's nap 30. I did a little reading. I watched a few videos. Some of them are in complete disagreement with each other as to whether hashtags help your video get discovered or not. So on this video and 2 others, the part 1 and part 2, I put these 3 hashtags. This is April 8th, and this is my views. Let me go back here. That was my views on 3. Here's my views right here on part 2, and here's my views on part 1. Now, how could part 2 get more videos than part 1? I don't know. But anyway, so I put the hashtag, the same 3 hashtags on all 3 of these videos. And I'm going to see if, I mean, I can do my analytics, and over time I can see how many views I got over how much time. And I can do a comparison and see from this day, April 8th, forward, if there seemed to be a, distinct increase in views on these 3 videos or not. So I'll keep you posted, because some folks might find this interesting. And now, stay tuned for a video, an omelet that you may not think would go well, but it actually does. It's delicious, and I'm going to do it again. So when you see this, I'll be building my meatloaf tomorrow. I'm going, oh, I got some more news. Okay, let me go to Amazon 1 second. Hold on, let me turn you away for a minute, because I don't want anybody. One time I had a credit card laying up here because I had bought something on Amazon. And hold on, I'm almost there. 1 second. Here we are. So I was doing what I normally do, and I had my whole credit card right out here. Everybody could see it. And a friend of mine from up north called me and said, man, you might want to call your credit card company and cancel it. And I did. So anyway, I'm really getting back into the solar cooking feeling. And the all-season solar oven that I just got and did a review on. It's a really nice solar oven, works great. And he, the guy who owns that solar oven company, told me about this company. He said it's also a very good solar oven. So I sent an email to this company here, and let's see. Here's what I wrote. Blah, blah. Did I just show you my... Boy, I've got to be careful. Well, anyway, here's what I wrote. I'll read it just in case you don't read as fast as I do. Blah, blah, blah. Name is Brad Dawson. I have a YouTube channel that's somewhat eclectic concerning my own personal interests, motorcycle, engine repair, making custom knives, and solar cooking. I just did an assembly and cooking video of the all-season solar cooker, and it worked very well. I also have the All-American Sun Oven that I cook in frequently, as well as several others over the years that I've made. I really enjoy solar cooking. I was wondering if you would have any interest in providing me with one of your solar ovens to demonstrate on my channel. I enjoy bringing different solar cookers to the attention of my 62,000 subscribers. I only mention that. Now, you and I know I get 200 or 300 views, maybe 400. But when you throw that big number out there, it tends to make people pay a little more attention to you. So that's the only reason I do that. I'm providing a link to my solar cooking playlist, as well as my most recent demonstration of the all-season cooker. And he wrote, I won't. Yeah, there we go. Wonderful to hear from you and listen to your excellent all-season solar cooker demonstration. The designer, Jim LaHoy, is a friend, and Jim did tell me that. And indeed, he makes an excellent solar oven. Yes, we are happy to ship you a free Haynes 2.0 solar cooker and Dutch oven kit used in a demonstration video. I have asked our shipping department to ship it to you today. Please let us know when you are able to post your video. And he asked me to send it to his personal, well, I guess it's his business Gmail, but, and I replied, what did I reply? I said, thanks very much. I'll be sure to send a link to the cooking video. So here's what that looks like. And it looks interesting. I've never cooked in one. It's sort of a parabolic design. And it looks like the front folds out. And it has this circular plastic disc, polycarbonate, I'm sure, impervious to heat, that fits in here. I'm not sure if it's to keep it round or what. I'll know more when I get it. But very interesting. It's got a lot of really good reviews. And I got some sad news. Remember my old Solavore oven? That was the very first store-bought after I built a few incarnations of my own solar ovens. I realized that maybe buying one, because the solar oven I built was great. It worked perfect, but I've mentioned that I'm an overbuilder. And this thing ended up being so heavy that I had to put wheels on it. And it just became a bit of a nuisance to use. And then the last thing that happened was the glass. It got really hot. I mean, like 375, 400 degrees. And then while I was messing with it, I opened the door and cracked. The glass cracked. And I put a lot of time, effort, research, and experimentation in the reflectors. I determined what angle to the sun worked best. A lot of experimentation. And it was fun. But I realized that I either had to remake it much, much, much smaller and lighter. I made it out of 1/2-inch plywood, inside and out. So basically, it was a whole sheet of plywood, 2 panes of glass, some 4x4s. And then on top of that, I had, 30 pounds of reflectors. And it worked. It worked great. It cooked everything I wanted to put in it. It cooked fast and got really hot. But like I said, there was 2 things. It was way too heavy. It was a monstrosity. And then I had to store it. And thankfully, I had a huge shed that I could roll it into. But it just wasn't feasible. And so anyway, I contacted Solavore, just like I did Jim LaHoy, the owner of All Season Solar Cooker. And I contacted Solavore back then, and it was owned by a lady named Ann. It's a very nice lady. And they sent me one. And I cooked in it, and I loved it, and it was so much more convenient than the big monstrosity. And I ended up taking that apart and using it over years. As a matter of fact, I think I took the door off and I used the bottom part to throw some scrap metal in underneath my workbench. And then I took the wheels off it and used the wheels for something else. And, I cannibalize everything that I can. So then I contacted Ann and told her I was having a subscriber giveaway and asked her if she would be interested in providing one of my subscribers with a gift, a subscriber giveaway. And she did, and that was awful nice of her. And there was a few times we texted, and when I made that cart remember that cart that I made? Well, I still have it. It's got the All-American Sun Oven on it now. I originally made that for the Solavore. It fit. I built it to fit the Solavore on, because even back then I couldn't bend over. So I had to get the Solavore up high enough or I didn't have to bend. Well, I built it for the Solavore, and then I contacted All American Sun Oven and basically solicited a sun oven from them. They gave it to me, and I reviewed it and fell in love with it. And I gave the Solavore to Bev, and she still has it. And I'm going to get it out, and I'm going to clean it up. And soon I'm going to do like a conglomeration of all the solar ovens. And, the Solavore worked fantastic. The All-American Sun Oven works fantastic. The All-Season Solar Cooker worked fantastic. And I'm sure this Haynes 2.0 Solar Cooker will work just as well. But it's just nice to show different types and options of solar cooking. And I haven't come across one that doesn't work. Even the one I built worked fine. So it's not, there is no better or worse one. They're just all different, and they all may suit the needs of different people for different reasons. So I'm kind of excited. I'm a little sad that Solavore is out of business. Oh yeah, I called them today. I looked on Amazon to see if they still sold Solavore on Amazon. I used to be a Solavore affiliate. Golly, I can't stop yawning. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. So I was going to get that Solavore out and clean it up and have a look and, maybe cook in it. And if they're still selling on Amazon, I would include a link to the Solavore oven in my description of solar ovens below my, in the bottom of my description of my videos. And they weren't for sale. So I went to Solavor's website and they said temporarily closed. They had a number. So I called the number and a lady answered and told me the story. I didn't mention that I knew Ann. I didn't know, how things transpired. But Ann, basically, I believe Ann sold the company to this nonprofit. And the nonprofit was having a very difficult time with funding. And they sold it to an LLC who did nothing with it and eventually ended up turning all the equipment and the name back over to the nonprofit, which, again, owns it now. So she asked if I wanted her to take my name and all that. And I said, no, there's no need for that. But I'll keep an eye on your website. Here's what she said, that they are trying to get funding together and they want to go back to making solar ovens. They're a 501c3, so they're a completely, philanthropic charity organization. I think for every one that somebody buys, they're able to donate 2 or 3 to a country that doesn't have electricity and cooks inside their over fires and stuff like that. Mostly in Africa, I believe. And so I hope they can get back to building them, because they were a good solar oven. And they were $287 back when they were selling them. And you can still buy them. I mean, not now. They're temporarily out of business, and they have, every intention of going back in business. But who knows when. So there's the Solavor story. Otherwise, I would be getting that out and cooking in it. But they're not available, and you can't get them. So if they ever do become available, I will let you know. But in the meantime, tomorrow I'm going to be cooking meatloaf in my all-season solar cooker, the one I just cooked in, the orange one. And that's tomorrow. Well, Saturday. When you see this, I'll be putting my meatloaf together. And alrighty. I'm looking forward to getting the Hanes 2.0. That's going to be a fun one to put together and cook in also. I'm having a renewed interest in solar cooking. Golly, I'm sorry I keep yawning. I'm really sleepy. It's been a long day of doing nothing. Okay, have a good Saturday, y'all. See ya.
He even tells what the problem is.
Oh, what is the problem?
It's set for 2 years and it won't do anything when he turns the key over.
Well, okay.
So what's the first thing?
Well, first thing is to charge the battery, if
I
it
think
will.
he did that.
Okay. The
Okay.
second thing is the starter relay. When it sets for a long time, it gets kind of stuck and it won't move, it won't do what it's supposed to do.
Okay, one guy says starter solenoid.
Starter solenoid, yep.
He says I changed.
Delicious,
but
absolutely delicious.
not